everyone, I'm Lindsay from the Rural Legend. Welcome to Thrift Rich. We don't have a lot of money and we're not working with a big budget, but we can still create a beautiful home that brings us joy. Over the weekend, we got to spend time with some family, and there's some teenage nephews in this crew. They've never been thrifting before. Guess what Aunt Lindsay got to do? And you know teenagers are not easily impressed, so let's see what they think about secondhand shopping with their cool Aunt Lindsay. And spoiler alert, you are going to flip when you see what I found at the first store. You ready to go thrifting with me? Let's go. Everyone say hi.
Oh, hi.
We are in Bucks County, Pennsylvania, about 2 hours east from where I live. And we were visiting my brother and sister-in-law, my 3 nephews, and my niece. Now, the 2 oldest guys had never been to a thrift store before, and I was so excited to take them thrifting and show them what all the hype is about. One thing I will say about the thrift stores that we stopped at, the selection was crazy. Like, these buildings were enormous. There was so much to choose from. The prices were just a little bit higher than central Pennsylvania where I live, but still, there were deals to be found. I loved that this place was like color coordinated on the shelves. This is a sectioned meat platter. Look at how fancy this is. It is just absolutely drop dead gorgeous. They just don't make things like this anymore. Here's another really beautiful silver plate tray. This is the kind that I would want to gift with like a really yummy treat. It would make a great Christmas gift, hostess gift. Seriously, look how long these shelves are. So much glassware. And as you're looking at all these things, I will say, obviously my nephews had a much different experience than me because they're not interested in super cute spice jars. They went straight to the electronics, the games, the clothing. But I know you are here for the lamps and all the other amazing home decor finds. Look at this selection of lamps. There was just shelf after loaded shelf of lamps. I was also a little self-conscious, like, what are my nephews thinking about these giant stores filled with old things? I thought, are they bored? Are they just gonna wanna go home after one store? But we wrapped up at our first one and they were like, wait, we're going home? Why can't we do more? Can we do more, Mom? So my sister-in-law and I looked at each other and we were like, yes, please. Of course we can go to more. So we hit up 3 in total. Now, here is the store that offered me the most amazing find of the day. I really lucked out. As soon as we walked in, look at this marble top coffee table. All of that veining, the wood base, can you even? It was listed at $200 and marked down recently to $150. I scooped up that tag so fast. Do you remember those green glass wine decanters that I thrifted recently? Here is another one with its stoppers. Amazing. I was just so blown away by the size of these stores and how full the shelves were. It's always so fun being in different parts of the state or even the country just to see like what people are donating. These chafing dish sets are just such a great piece because you can take them apart. You can use the pedestals as plant stands. The tops can be cute vessels on shelves or kitchen counters. I had to go take a look at what my adorable little niece found. She was so excited to find these little fruit cups with straws, of course. What little kid wouldn't love finding those? But wait to see what she really came home with because that cutie pie scored huge. I have seen a lot of these marble trays that have like the pewter or the silver accents on the sides. I actually have one in my kitchen. I use it as like a little riser for my salt cellar, my oils. They're just great bases for kitchen counters. So much glassware. I loved this little caddy. You could use that in a bathroom, use it for cocktail toppings, sundae toppings, a taco bar. I love a little brass frame. I actually have this same one in my office. I loved this brass candlestick. It was such a unique shape with that ribbing. Great, great potential. Here's a little piece that my sister-in-law picked up. This is crystal with a silver plate rim. So beautiful. And look at these little shell plates. Aren't these darling? So great for a coastal or beachside home. And if you thought the last store had a lot of lamps, look at this collection. And this is like only one display table full. There were so many lamps. I also loved that this store was so organized with their books and labeled. Look at how many coffee table books there were. There was just shelf after shelf. Seriously, Bucks County, you've got your thrift game on point. There was also a huge selection of jewelry and accessories at the back of the store, plus a lot of antiques that you could bid on, and even more amazing lamps. Do you see them all on the top shelf there? These were higher priced, but they were really, really special and very old. And then look at the huge furniture section. This is still the same store. I loved this desk. The hardware, the wicker, it was just such a beautiful piece. At this point, I had wrapped up my shopping and found the boys by the camera section, checking out all the cool gear, and I helped myself to some jewelry. Look at these cuties, and they were $3. It was also super handy to have two strapping young lads with us because this coffee table was heavy. That marble slab was intense. Well done, boys. We made one more stop before heading home. This is Junction, and if you are local or happen to be in the area, you have to stop in. They had the most beautiful collection of secondhand, higher-end fashion and accessory pieces, plus this really great selection of home decor. Look at this little clutch. The front of the store is mostly clothing and accessories, and then they have a back room filled with home decor. The guys, for whatever reason, just really, really wanted these apples, and I was like, yeah, okay, sure. If it makes you happy, I always tell my followers, fill your home with what brings you joy. So if that apple makes you happy, then Aunt Lindsay approves. But what makes Aunt Lindsay happy is this silver plate basket. This is an absolute stunner, and can you just even imagine for a moment this filled with vintage Christmas ornaments? Like, come on, it's gonna make an amazing centerpiece, even filled with some greenery as well. It's stunning. This blue and white vase was also really beautiful. I loved the lines on it. This was just part of their display, but look at these cool sconces. Like, I totally would have brought those home. And this little lamp with the crystals, obsessed. Oh, and I wasn't the only one to look out at this store. Look at what my niece found. Like, what little girl would not be absolutely obsessed with this purse? It was so cute. Overall, almost everyone found at least one thing to bring home, except for my oldest nephew, Jonathan, who accidentally dropped $20 in one of the thrift stores and then couldn't find it. Whoops.
Show me all your finds.
Sunny, hold up your gun.
And a really sad Jonathan with missing $20. Oh, bummer. But, so what did you think of your first thrifting experience?
Great. I love thrifting.
This is the way of our future, right? We're all going to be sustainable and shop at thrift stores. Yes. Teaching the youths of America to shop secondhand. All right, let's go home and eat.
Now that we're home and settled, let me show you what I brought home and how I styled it. Can you even, with this coffee table, she is a stunner. $150 was a higher price for me, but seriously, like, how much would you pay for a coffee table of this quality now? Like hundreds and hundreds, maybe even over 1,000. She needs a little work. I need to learn how to clean marble. Stay tuned for that. Aren't these so beautiful? I didn't see anything online about them, so I don't know like where they're from. They don't have any markings. They could just be cheap, but they feel heavy and they are so pretty. I love them. And for $3, yes, please. Also, if you missed it, Secondhand Squad is officially live. We have over 1,000 members already. Can you even? There are over 200 sellers in the Secondhand Squad already. The inventory is incredible. So many vintage and antique pieces. Most of it is home decor. Come hang out with us. It is free to join. We have so many community chats going on. You can talk about what you're on the hunt for and let the squad help you search. You can brainstorm with the squad. What would you do with this piece? If you are looking into upcycling or giving an old piece a makeover, come talk about it in the squad and let people give you new ideas. And come celebrate everyone's thrifted finds. There is a whole channel dedicated to, look what I thrifted. Everyone get excited with me. This is how much I paid. What a steal. I love these chat channels so much. I'm hopping in there all the time just to engage with everyone, build community, celebrate. Come be a part of the squad. I cannot wait to have you with us.